In 3 games, it's at like 17.5. And then his earned runs line is juiced
hold
under
on,
at 2.5.
So you're saying 17.5. So you're saying they think Griffin Canning's going to throw a gem?
Yeah, they do. It's pretty clear from the
or at least good enough, or at least he's throwing good enough that he's going to stay in the ball game for a long time.
Well, then
they have.
Could that be a result of the Angels not having a lot of bullpen arms available?
No, I checked last night. They had 2 guys go. That's it.
Hold on,
not even high leverage guys.
No, Estevez had
Kyle.
Dude. I even said this to them.
You don't have to doubt me. I checked.
So hold on.
I believe you.
17.5 is Griffin Canning's outline. So all right, instead of the Rays first 5, why wouldn't I go first? We're live, by the way. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Why wouldn't I go first 5 under then instead of the Rays first 5 run line? If you're saying the odds are
you could do that.
You could do that. I don't hate that, but then Pepio's lines all moved in the wrong way too. His
what do you mean?
Run line went from 1.5 to 2.5, and his outs line went from 16.5 to 15.5. So,
I mean, that just could be. That doesn't. I mean, that could have just been. They took some action.
I have no interest. Ryan Pepio's looked like shit thus far in 2 or 3 starts. If you're gonna get hit up by the Giants, you're not a guy I trust. So, yep, I'm good.
It's more. And you can take all of that. Well, I guess we are on this game, but it's all of that, and then the fact that you're paying that price for the fucking Tampa Bay Rays right now, like it's just plain and simple.
Well, I'm down to bail on Tampa first 5, but I still think Pepio's going to pitch well. Commish, don't you like Pepio?
I love Pepio. I think I'm betting the under in this game just because this Rays lineup is fucking terrible. And Griff Canning's been really bad, but the market in this game as well is screaming that Griff Canning is going to have a decent day.
Mm-hmm.
Like screaming it. Like he probably gets through 6 innings somehow.
That's exactly what Prop Beaver was just saying right before you joined, is that the line is indicative of Griffin Canning throwing a gem, in which case, instead of, I originally liked the Rays first 5, but instead of that, why don't I just play the first 5 under? That way I can back Pepio and still protect myself from a Griffin Canning gem.
You could probably get that at plus money, too. I saw 4.5s at like plus 100 last night. I don't know what they're at today, though.
They're like minus 105 right now, so which is
first 5 under 4.5. Dude, how is that not a play?
That's probably going to be my play.
All right, I'm betting that now.
Yeah. I mean, I'd personally rather just pass, but yes, if you do want to
play, there's 5 games on the board. There's no NBA. What do you mean you'd rather just pass?
You don't need to play games. There's 15 of them tomorrow.
What are you going to do today?
I 100% agree with you. I want to watch this game and have rooting interest. And
I have 2 bets today. They're the last game. I don't need to play anything else.
I wonder if you can get
all right, Caesars, you can get minus 105. I'm betting this now.
I will tell you, Griff Canning's velo, everything has been down. Like he's been as bad as possibly can be. But I will also say we faded Kevin Gausman yesterday, and the Jays bullpen. I know, but Gausman was touching 98 out of nowhere. So maybe Canning gets his velo back. He's inside, I think, for the first time this year.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
Prop Beaver and Toast talked me into fading Gausman. It worked, but it was a sweat.
Well, the bullpen was part of the read. To be fair. But it was stressful.
I did.
Yeah, you both. No, you did too, Prop Beaver. What are you talking about?
I didn't even have it on my ticket. How did I talk you?
I gotta say, the more I look at this game, the more there's a small chance I might just put a half a unit on the Angels at plus 120. That line's really kind of not really moving anywhere. I don't know anybody on the Angels. I keep on seeing Angels and Rays and Cubs money line parlays all over the board. Like people are sharp. One of those teams is going to lose.
Who's you bet? Especially at Ricky today.
I see a lot of people on that under today too. Pepe Le Pew, man, when he gets shelled again today, it's going to be
He's not going to get shelled today. Pepe Le Pew's going to deal.
For what game?
The guy stinks.
Who's on the under for what?
He's saying a lot of people are on the under for this game, and there's a reason for it. Le Pew's going to deal.
Now, bunch of fake sharps on the under.
All right, then take the Angels then, or shut up.
Angels team total over 3.5 minus 140.
You like Angels team total, Toast?
Yep.
Angels team total over? You're fading Pepe Le Pew.
He stinks.
Me under first 5.
When is the last time that Pepe Le Pew came out and pitched a decent game?
Was he have 2 career starts?
No.
He has like 10, maybe 20. I don't know. He has a lot.
He has 2 starts this year, both at home. He got absolutely shelled. The one start that he pitched well.
Who'd he pitch against?
I don't think that's fair.
San Francisco and Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
I don't think that's fair.
Angels team total over 3.5. How'd you get it at 3.5?
3.5 at BetMGM, DK.
Yeah, choose to all hell.
FanDuel, 128 on FanDuel, 140 on BetMGM.
Oh yeah, so they're not scared of the Angels at all. First 5 unders the move, and it looks like Commish agrees with me.
Yep, I'm on the first 5 under.
Rooting for you, Toast.
I'm just playing for this.
All right, so
first half or full game. What's the bullpen situation? I know both bullpens are not super reliable.
The Tampa has no Fairbanks and no. They're missing another guy, but the rest of their arms.
Adam probably won't go.
No, I think Adam's good.
But it'd be 3rd time in 4 days. Even if he's available, I really don't want a piece of that.
But he only pitched 8 pitches. He only threw 8 pitches the one night.
Yeah, but it's more so like you have to remember he's got to get loose, so he's got to get hot. So it's not just the 8 pitches he threw on the mound. It's what did he throw to get hot? Then he comes onto the mound. Then it's just the stress and the recovery aspect of pitching. So when guys get up, even if they don't pitch, I always try to watch to see if guys are even getting up, because that's a lot of wear and tear on an arm. And this is an afternoon game, so he's losing another 6 hours of recovery. So we don't have him at full strength. Phil Maton has thrown 44 pitches in the last 3 days. Sean Armstrong would be pitching for the 3rd time in 3 days, 4th time in 5 days. I don't want any part of Tampa. I really don't.
Yeah, that bullpen's bad right now. Gassed and bad.
All right, so let's call this game. Toast likes the Angels team total over. Me and Commish on the first 5 under. Our community likes the Rays. 46% on Tampa, 26% on the Angels. Next game. This one comes down to a simple question, Beaver. True or false? You trust the son of Al Leiter making his MLB debut. Huge prospect for the Rangers. One of my good friends from high school is a diehard Texas Ranger fan. This is a big day for Rangers fans. This is their big prospect making his MLB debut.
I don't know. This is a tough one because Leiter, the issue with him is that he has a bit of a command issue. I believe he had like a 5 BB per 9 in the minors, and the Tigers are really good at drawing walks. I believe the last 3 righties to saw them had like 3, 4, and 5 walks, so that's not really ideal. But the other thing with the Tigers is that they suck against righties, and the last 6 of them to face them have held them to 1 or less runs. So I'm going with the Texas first 5 money line here. Walks or not, Leiter has great stuff. We've seen it in the minors, and simply put, I just don't think that the bats are good enough to really get to him. It's a day game, and quite frankly, a system mine is fade Kenta Maeda in the day. The dude sucks. I know the Texas Ranger bats have been pretty gross lately, but Kenta Maeda in the day always finds a way to stink it up. He got hit up by the Oakland A's earlier this year and lost that game in the day. I remember fading them in 2 different ways there, cash both of those. That would be my play here. But I don't love backing rookies in the first starts. Definitely don't like backing rookies with command issues in their first starts against lineups that could draw walks. So I will also not be actually placing that one as well.
Well, okay, so I don't disagree with what you said. I think this is a perfect place for him to start. It's against the Tigers lineup that can't hit righties. That being said, Texas has no Kirby Yates. They have no Robertson. They have no Latz. The Rangers bullpen is pretty cooked. So if you like Texas in the first 5, this might be the same kind of strategy I had a couple days ago. Texas in the first 5, Detroit live. But I would have to agree with Texas in the first 5, and I'll put that up. But I would like to hear what Toast and Commish have to say first. But I wonder what kind of people were talking in the Discord talking about how I should have the other night. I didn't bet this. Took a double result. Texas first 5, Detroit full game. That would have been like a monster payout, but
that would have been crazy.
Toast, what are your thoughts? Do you trust Leiter?
Can't say that I trust him because I don't know him as far as pitching on a major league mound. So I know that there's a lot of talent there. I know he's been talked about a lot. I know that he's one of their big pitching prospects with his dad and all that good stuff. I would lean under here, and I would lean kind of towards the Tigers as well. It's just one of those things where I understand that Kenta Maeda is absolutely terrible during the day. There's no question about that. But I also don't think he's as bad as what we have seen, for instance, like we saw against the Chicago White Sox earlier this season. He's bounced back against 2 subpar teams. I'll give them that, against Minnesota and Oakland. But 11 and 2/3 innings, 4 runs, 8 hits. The 4 walks against Oakland were really, really bad. But that's really not what he usually does. So I actually lean Tigers in this one. Like I said, I kind of want to go the first 5 under, but the fact that it's 4.5 plus money or 5 juiced on some places, kind of like, I don't know what to think about that. I don't know if that's just because there's a rookie on the mound or what, but don't really trust either one of these offenses with the state that they're playing in right now. But with the Texas bullpen situation, it'd be Detroit or pass.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pull the Texas bullpen up so everyone can see what we're looking at here. And it's hard to argue with Detroit not having the edge in innings 6 through 9. And I know that the Tigers' bats aren't shit, but we just saw it happen. This Rangers bullpen not only hasn't been good, but look at the current state of it. I mean, it's a bad bullpen. Well, they're not a bad bullpen. They're off to a rough start. We'll say that. And
you can say that they're a bad bullpen. Just because they had a decent run in for a month and won a national or a title doesn't mean they're not bad.
Okay. So fair enough. So this is a subpar bullpen to begin with. There's no Kirby Yates. There's no David Robertson. There's no Latz. It's just Leclerc and then a couple long relievers.
Well, do we know those guys are unavailable? I mean, I know it's a day game, but
they're not pitching a day game. Look at these. Robertson threw 27 last night, and he threw 21 on Monday. There's no way Robertson pitches.
No way.
You got Leclerc. I don't know.
They do have Leclerc.
I could see them using these guys. I think they'll try to avoid using these guys, but I wouldn't be shocked if either one of them came in the game.
I can tell you right now, if the situation comes down where they end up having to use those guys, I'll be happy that my money's on Detroit. How's that?
That's fair.
Toast becoming a Texas Ranger hater.
No, no.
You hate the Rangers. Just say it.
He's been hating the Rangers since we did our preseason pod, man.
Oh, my God.
He's like, this team might be the worst team in baseball.
He did not
I heard him say that. I heard him say it.
All right, Commish, what are your thoughts? Me and Robbie were like, oh, go ahead.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead. What are your thoughts on Jack Leiter?
I'm on Texas here, but I'm using the DraftKings up too early promo because of the bullpen situation. They're batting first. Kenta Maeda, velo and spin has been way down. It doesn't mean it's going to last. I'm with Toast. I think long term this season, Kenta Maeda is probably going to be a pretty reliable starter for them at some point. It's just not there yet. But I'm willing to roll the dice here. Leiter, he's a little bit of a mixed bag. He really only has 2 reliable pitches. He has a fastball that is very, very, very good. And then he has a slider that he tunnels pretty well off of that fastball from what I've seen. I think the biggest thing in his favor is they have 6 right-handed bats in the lineup today for the Tigers. And you guys have already mentioned it, but the Tigers have been so bad against right-handed pitching. They're 27th in OPS so far, and 26 in WRC plus so far against right-handed pitching. Leiter, his pitch mix profiles really, really well against right-handed batters at the major league level because he can get swings and misses in the zone. He stays on that outside corner and towards the up of the strike zone with both of those pitches. So I don't anticipate the righties doing a whole lot of damage in this game. But like Prop Beaver mentioned, the lefties, he doesn't really have anything to get lefties out. The fastball that he's been getting all these swings and misses with at the minor league level, Lance, I don't know how to say his last name, but the guy who does those like really advanced pitching notes.
They're great. I watched it last night for Leiter, actually.
Yeah, so he has a lot of the good true media data that the public doesn't have access to. And the one thing that he pointed out was Leiter, his fastball is getting chases against lefties in the minors way, way above the strike zone. Major league hitters just don't swing at stuff like that very often. And then if you go look at the rest of his arsenal, it's a slider, not a very good put-away pitch against left-handed batters for a righty. And then a changeup that he rarely uses, a cutter that he rarely uses. So I think the guys in this lineup that could do some damage, Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, Colt Keith in the 6 hole, if he can limit the damage from those 3 guys, so I think Leiter's got a pretty good chance to get through 5 innings and look pretty good today.
I agree. But I don't know much about Leiter other than how highly my good friend who's a Rangers fan touts him. I will say though, if the Rangers are sitting on like a 3-1 lead in the 6th, I might glance at a live Tigers bet. Maybe like a nice juicy Tigers plus 1.5 at like plus 135 live. I might glance on it because this Rangers bullpen is trash.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I probably wouldn't bet this game if not. I have a half unit on it with up 2 promo. I probably would not bet it otherwise. I would love for them to get up 2-0 early or 3-1 like you said, and then just not have to think about this game.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm betting Detroit.
8 Mile.
This is ridiculous.
Good Lord. All right.
102 on DraftKings.
Cleveland,
Just for the
Boston. Man, this series is just killing me. I took the Red Sox. They blew it in extras. And then yesterday, I took the over. 2-0 final score. Like, what the hell is going on in this series? I can't seem to get this series right. So here we are. Getaway day. Looks like Boston's very short home favorites with Criswell on the mound. Cookie Carrasco. As we know, Carlos Carrasco has not been the most reliable starting pitcher on the road the last few years, I should say.
Certainly not.
Then you can put that on steroids in Fenway.
But someone said in the comments, I think it was the guy's name was Tyler W. He said the starting lineup for Boston today, all 9 hitters, total combined $7.9 million in salary. So the Red Sox are not putting out that savage of a lineup.
No Devers, no O'Neill.
No Devers, no O'Neill. Yes.
And supposedly the freaking Guardians lineup, their Guardians are dealing with the flu or something like that. So
The flu.
I don't know.
No Quan in the Guardians lineup.
There you go.
No
There's one of
Quan.
them. Supposedly the Guardians are dealing with the flu. I don't know. I don't put much into that, but supposedly that's what's going on.
You don't believe in the flu?
I don't believe that people that aren't close to the team can tell me who has the flu and who doesn't have the flu.
Wow.
Was it the
An,
Beavers
an
comment on it?
anti-flu conspiracist. That's crazy.
A flu denier.
Let's see if the beat writers have the flu. If the beat writers have the flu, then it's a definite fade.
Yeah.
How would you know? How did you know if the beat writers have the flu?
We don't.
If you were a beat writer, wouldn't you bitch about having the flu if you got the
Yes.
flu?
Not on my public account.
I don't know what the writers do.
Nobody's tweeted anything about the flu. Dude,
Maybe
honestly,
they just air it out.
that was a huge edge during the NFL during the pandemic was when teams had COVID or they had flu outbreaks, I would take the alternate spread against them. Like teams just wouldn't score, especially if they had guys out on the offensive line. They just could not move the football.
So Boston minus
I
1.5 then.
What do you say?
So Boston minus 1.5 then. Fade the
I
hashtag fade
I
the
haven't
flu.
experimented with the run lines in baseball. I haven't looked at how that impacts scoring in baseball.
So what do you think about this matchup for Criswell? Obviously, he's going to be pitching to a lot of lefties in Cleveland.
Look, I'm seeing Bernardino.
Well, Bernardino's opening, and then Criswell's
And
going
then
to be the primary.
Yeah, I think you have to. I'm gonna pass on this game. There's no way I'm betting on this game because I lost the first 2 games betting
Me
on
too.
Cleveland. Didn't bet the game last night. My plan was to bet Boston every single game in the series, and then I just was so sick after the first 2 games that I opted out, and then lost yesterday. So there's absolutely no chance I'm going back to Boston today and potentially ending up 0 for 3 on this series. I will say the weather looks really, really pitcher friendly. I know we have some really bad pitching in this game, but we also have some really bad offense, especially with guys like Quan and Devers out, O'Neill out. Roto-Grinders Weather Edge has this it's like damn near impossible to hit a home run today at Fenway Park, at least according to historical data. So I don't know. I mean, I think 9 runs is a lot, even at Fenway. I'd probably lean under here, but I'm not betting this game.
Yeah, I think the under's worth a look.
I can't bet the under with Carrasco. At
That's
Fenway.
weird. I wasn't asking.
This Fenway.
I was talking to
Well,
Commish.
good luck.
Good luck with that.
All right.
When's the last? Has he ever went into Fenway and not given up 5 runs ever?
I don't think so.
This is the worst Red Sox lineup he's ever pitched against.
I was going to say, has he ever faced a lineup with $8 million in total salary?
All right, Toast, take the over then if you're so confident about it.
I'm not.
This is
confident
your
in
moment.
any way, shape, or form. So it'd be Guardians or pass for me. There's absolutely no question about that.
So you personally are saying the flu's fake.
You don't
No,
believe.
I was just passing on the information that people are telling me, whether it's I don't know. So I like to know that type of stuff. But yeah, Carlos Carrasco has just been absolutely shelled by Boston. In Boston, anytime that he sees the Red Sox in his line of sight, he gets absolutely throttled. His last 2 starts in Boston, 5 2/3, we'll call it 6 innings, 10 runs, 18 hits. It's been really, really bad. This was last season in 2018. And even if you go back, it's even worse. I will say, though, for the first couple starts of this year, that Cookie's actually been pretty damn decent. I mean, he's what 15, 16 total innings. He's given up 5 runs, only 12 hits. The walks are going to be an issue with Cookie Carrasco. 8 walks in his last 7 innings of work. That's going to be an issue. If he can cut down those walks, I actually think he's going to be fine. I just don't really trust this Boston pitching staff as a whole right now, especially that bullpen the way they are. I know they have a couple guys that can look good at times, but as a whole, I don't really trust them. I understand that Clase just blew a save. What was that on Tuesday or Sunday night? But I have a full Cleveland bullpen ready to go. I just think that Cleveland's a better team. I think Cleveland has a better pitching staff, so I would lean Cleveland here.
Clase's blown saves in both of his last 2 appearances, by the way.
I wouldn't leave Cleveland.
Then he's due to not blow one today.
That's fair.
I don't like that.
He's hot.
Prop Beaver.
Boston first 7 team total over 3.5 -105 or pass.
Do I have a graphic for that?
I texted Andy it.
Here we go. We got a graphic. Boston first 7 team total over 3.5 or pass.
Yeah.
So a fade of Cookie.
Yeah, I took a page out of the Commish's book from yesterday. I like his little strategy with the F7. He cashed his bet, and I didn't, too, which I'm still ill about.
Something
the
you should be
what
used to.
What a piece of shit lineup. I don't know. I'm still cashing the cash few days. How you doing? And then in terms of this game, yeah, Carrasco's just pissed. I don't care about last game against the Yankees. What do you allow? Like 9 base runners and only 1 run? So lucky. What happened?
I said that game should have been 6-0 in the 3rd inning.
Exactly. He should have gotten absolutely shelled, so he got lucky there. I don't really care that the Boston Bats are rolling out their G League today. I know that O'Neill has been a massive part of that lineup, but Devers has been just okay thus far. They have plenty of other lefties in that lineup they could produce against Carrasco, who's just pitiful against lefties. And then on top of that, we're going to take out the high leverage arms. But one thing I will say about the weather, that from what Commish was saying, is that yes, Ballpark Pal says there's a 43% decrease in home run chances, but they only say there's a 5% decrease in run chances and a 24% increase in extra base hit chances. So I'm not even going to really just take all that much away from the weather report there. I think it's going to be fine, I guess, in terms of the weather. So I'll take the over here, even with the. I think we're getting a discount because of the fact that Devers and O'Neill are out 3.5 -105.
There's a reason that it's at 3.5 and -105.
Yeah, because Devers and O'Neill are out, the 2 best hitters.
It's because they suck.
Well, Jaron Duran's hit runs and RBIs at 2.5, so they've got to think that there's going to be some scoring happening because that.
Yep, his bases is at -130.
I like this under. Commish, I'm with you,
my
man. I think this is under. He said wind blowing in, 2 bad lineups.
No, I'm not betting it. Like, just full disclosure, I'm not
betting this.
I might. Next.
I wouldn't play that under, Sauce. Every hits, runs, and RBI bet is -140. Whew. All right. Oh, no.
Good luck, mate.
Prop Beaver, you want to talk? You want to talk puck ball?
No. This is extremely frustrating. If the weather was normal at Wrigley, this would be an over bet every day and twice on Sundays, but it's not. The wind is blowing in, and it's blowing in very hard. There's also scattered showers around Wrigley as well going on. Today sucks. The slate sucks. I'm passing. I don't care. Fuck.
Is it Marlins or?
I'm so annoyed, man. It's like I wanted to fade Puck the past few days in the dome, and then all of a sudden he's out. He's outside, and it's winding in. So stupid.
Deep breaths, bro.
No deep breaths. And then I thought it was going to be Imanaga on the mound today, so I could at least play the first 5 run line. Nope, it's not Imanaga on the mound. It's Tyone, who's making his first start of the year. Oh, and the Marlins smack righties, so I can't even play the first 5 run line. Waste of a game. Waste of a goddamn game.
Everything stinks. It's windy.
Everything sucks.
All right. Commish, I'm inclined to take a shot with the Marlins in the first 5 with Puck on the mound.
Let's do it, Sauce.
Let's do it.
Brothers unite.
I don't hate it. I mean, I think this is like the best possible situation for AJ Puk to be in because he's pretty prone to fly balls. He's a left-handed pitcher, which means this lineup is going to be stacked with righties. It's going to be really, really tough to hit the ball out to left field today at Wrigley. If there's a situation in which AJ Puk has a chance to have a good game, it's this. I don't expect him to miss many bats. He has to throw strikes, like at least a few strikes to make it work. But guys just can't be this bad over a prolonged period of time. 6 walks in the first start, 3 and then 5 his last 2 turns through the rotation. He can't walk 5 guys again. Like I just refuse to believe that someone that bad can continue to be gifted a start every 5 days for a major league team. That he's had a little bit of extra time between starts here. He pitched April 9th and now 9 days off. So I don't know, like because he is transitioning to the rotation for the first time. Maybe having more time off will allow him to show up a little bit better here. I don't know. I'm playing the under here because Tyone's a fly ball pitcher as well. I'll live with the results. Puk's got to throw strikes. That's going to make or break. Whether
so
you're on
what
the
would you lean?
I'm betting the under in this game.
Oh, okay. So I know a lot of people are saying, how do you take the Marlins first 5 with Puk? Dude, look at the Marlins numbers against righty starters. Yeah, they might blow
He's
the
a
game.
lefty. He's a lefty, dude.
No, Tyone.
You didn't? Oh. I thought you said Puk. My bad.
No, I was saying look at the Marlins numbers against righty starters.
My bad.
And you got Tyone making his debut this season. The Marlins have been tagging righty starters. They might blow the game later, and they might give up a bunch of runs. But the Marlins, righty starters against the Marlins have like a combined 8 ERA. So Tyone making his first start of the season, I expect the Marlins to score a bunch of runs on him. Toast, do you agree with me?
I do agree with you, unfortunately. Yeah. So look, I've been on like the AJ Puk is absolutely terrible train for a long time now. And I know that this sounds really, really weird, but like I actually kind of like this spot for him today. Cubs, I not a team that I really am worried about their bats, especially over what I've seen over the last 5 or 6 games. Now, I will say, granted, that it's a lot different when you're facing a Seattle pitching staff. But I also will say that I'm not really impressed with the Arizona pitching staff. So for them to score, 3 runs in 11 innings, I wasn't impressed. I understand that they won 2 of their last 3 games, but I don't really think that's an indicative of their bats. I think that was their pitching staff as well, doing a very good job. But regardless, shit spot for Chicago, coming home from a West Coast road trip where you went and played San Diego, Seattle, and Arizona. You come home here without any days rest. Tyone's making his first start of the year against a Miami team that, is absolutely terrible, but they're starting to hit righties a little bit better. Let me make sure. Hopefully Jake Bell is back in the lineup, or is he hurt now? I don't even
Josh
know.
Bell.
No. Jake Berger, I meant to say.
Oh.
But yeah.
So I have it open right here, Toast. So the righty starters to pitch against the Marlins, here's the number of runs they gave up. 3, 6, 4, 2, 7, 1, 4. That's just against the starters. That's not in the game. I mean, you mean to tell me I'm getting 4 or more runs, 5 out of the 7 righty starters they've seen?
Yeah. And on top of all of that, besides all that shit spot and all that stuff, the Cubs bullpen, though they didn't go yesterday, has still worked a ton this week, like away, like 4 or 5 times each guy this week, which is not a normal situation. So yes, they are rested, but with that travel day, I don't really expect a ton.
Dude, let's play the fish.
Yes, it's Miami for me.
Let's do it. So not even first 5. You're down to play.
I'm not playing the full game because I cannot bet that Miami bullpen because they're in decent shape, but they're absolutely fucking terrible. Like,
dude, I'm gonna play the fish. I don't care. I'll do it myself.
I'm playing fish first 5. Yes,
I'm playing both.
I would definitely. I'm not gonna bet the Marlins because I'm on the under, but I would play both if I was betting the Marlins. Tanner Scott's been pretty good. He's rested.
Tanner Scott.
You just got to hope you can get from 6 to 9 without floating.
That's what I can't get there.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So
just have to worry about 3 innings.
But they're both at plus money, right?
So our whole community, everyone's betting the Cubs. 71% on the Cubs, just 15% on the Marlins. So everyone watching this is betting the Cubs.
And I'm pretty sure. Let me see here. Yeah, it's not moving like the name that we're about to talk about next.
Bro, I
Finally.
think I'm bringing Prop Beaver up first because I think me and Prop Beaver are in agreement in this game. I think it's a great spot for Ryan Nelson. The video I uploaded last night was mostly Prop Beaver's notes, and I agree fully. I'm with you. So go ahead.
Did you already bet it? I hope.
No, I didn't. Did it?
You're screwed then.
Why?
Oh no.
Well, because you lost all your value. It's moved way down. You're not getting your 140s anymore. You're getting.
Oh, I like the first 5 under.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
But I also am inclined to take a shot with Arizona in the full game as well. Go ahead, Prop.
Yeah, I wanted to take theirs. Go ahead.
Oh, then I don't really know if we're on the same page there, but I guess
we love the spot for Ryan Nelson. That's where we
do
agree.
love the spot for Ryan Nelson. Yes, Logan Webb. I guess we differ there a bit. Yeah. So I got 2 plays for this one. I'm playing Ryan Nelson under 2.5 ERAs. I'll talk about that first. We fade Ryan Nelson at home. We back him on the road. These are the rules. I don't make them up. I would take anybody. No, I would take anybody with the Pulse's earned runs under against the Giants. So for it to be Ryan Nelson, who's a million times better on the road, and to get plus money for it, I have to bet it. The current Giants lineup has beat up on him through a small sample size of 32 plate appearances, but most of that damage must have come in his first start that took place at home, because through 3 starts against the Giants last year, he had a great 3.44 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, and if you look specifically in his 2 starts at San Francisco, he went 13.2 innings, allowing just 3 total runs, and had a 0.95 WHIP, winning one of those games. As I alluded to earlier, this man Nelson is horrible at home. His ERA doubles, his WOBA jumps by over 100 points, his K to BB percentage decreases by over 10 points, and his WHIP is 7 points higher. So on the road, he's a wagon. He's under his last 11 to 17 road starts, but he's over his last 11 to 15 home starts. We're catching him off a good home start. So if he performed good at home, maybe he's going to really perform good here against a dog shit lineup. And I don't know if you've seen the Giants lately, but this team cannot produce against righties to open up games. From the 1st to 6th inning, they're 25th in WRC+, ISO, and OBP. From the 7th to 9th inning, they're 5th, 9th, and 8th in those categories. The last 8 starting righties to face them have combined for a 2.13 ERA and a 1.06 WHIP. Among those pitchers are Jacob Wagsback, Jonah Don, and Trevor Williams. We are seeing low-talent guys throw absolute gems against the Giants left and right. Eventually, the Giants do have to snap out of this cold streak, but in a spot coming back from an East Coast road trip with no rest against Split they've done much worse against, I have to back Nelson here. The last 12 of 15 righties that faced the Giants have held them under this line, including all 5 who faced them at San Francisco. And then my other play for this game, sorry for talking so long, guys, is going to be the Arizona first 5 money line at plus 145. I doubled up here because I'm pretty confident that Nelson could hold him to 2 or less here. And while Webb has done decently against the Diamondbacks in the past, he still allowed 3+ runs his last 4 or 6 outings against them. And what was interesting to me is that despite going 6+ innings in 5 of 6 starts and 7+ innings in 3 of 6 starts, 17 of his 19 runs came in the first 5. So a lot of the runs that he allowed in those games are coming in the first 5. As a result, he's just 1, 2, and 3 to the first 5 money line in his last 6 starts against the Arizona Diamondbacks. When we look at the D-backs as a whole, they're mediocre against righties, but they're the complete opposite of San Francisco. Through the first 5 frames, they're 6th in WRC+, 5th in ISO, 6th in OBP. Last 3 frames, 25th, 25th, 18th. I think that it's worth noting the D-backs haven't played the greatest level of competition in terms of righties thus far, but the one great righty they have seen, Spencer Strider, they absolutely rocked him for 10 base runners and 5 runs through 4 innings, and that was at Atlanta. So I just feel like we're getting one of the better offenses in the league against a righty, against one of the worst offenses in the league against a righty. We're getting Nelson on the road. Sure, Webb is going to be at home, but he's been getting BABIP to death thus far. I don't think there's a reason that doesn't continue here against a D-backs lineup that pounces early in games. I think at plus 145, there's way too much value to pass up. Unfortunately, that is now at plus 130. You can still get plus 135 at ESPN. If you like that, we'll jump on it now, but it seems the books are adjusting to the sharp money coming in on Arizona.
All right, so I agree with basically everything you just said. I think Ryan Nelson deals. Where we differ a little bit, I'm not necessarily jumping at the opportunity to fade Logan Webb at home. I know that Arizona has gotten to him in the past, but I mean, we're talking about what, like 3 starts at home where he has like a 3.8 ERA or something. It's not like they crushed him. And we know Logan Webb's better at home, and I personally don't buy into I know you like those numbers where Arizona's been good against righty starters but bad against righties out of the bullpen. I think it's too small of a sample size to jump to that conclusion, even though the splits are pretty significant. I saw your notes. They are significant. We're like a top 5 lineup against righty starters, bottom 5 lineup against righties out of the bullpen. I get it. I'm just not – I feel like it's too early in the season to jump to a conclusion like that. So I think the way to do it, because I agree with everything he said about Ryan Nelson. This dude can deal on the road, and the Giants lineup is pitiful against righties. So I like Ryan Nelson to deal. I like that Ryan Nelson under 2.5 ERA bet a lot. ER, Andy.
It's ERA because it's earned runs allowed.
Oh, it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, sorry, Andy. All right,
marketing for the Bucks.
The way I'd go here is first 5. It's probably you might have to play 3.5. Or how about this? Toast is gonna hate this. Arizona first 5 plus a half run. It's at -110. This way, you can back Ryan Nelson, you can back the D-backs, but it protects you against a Logan Webb gem. If Logan Webb goes 5 innings, 1 run, 5 innings, no runs, you could still cash this with a tie. So that's the way I'd like to play it here.
I will say, Kyle, I considered that more than most games because of the fact that he has tied 3 times with the D-backs in his last 6 starts against them. So
that's a good bet.
If there is a spot where I would do that, I don't hate that, but I prefer to kind of take a little more risk there. But yeah, I think that's a good bet.
Look at how mad Toast is that I'm taking the half run.
I'm not mad.
No, it's plus 100 for that.
I think you're throwing away 40 cents.
It's plus 100 for first 5 under 4?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So wait, so 1 sec. Let me get Prop Beaver's picks in the right spot here. So Prop Beaver, Ryan Nelson. I might tail. I don't usually bet those earned run props from Prop Beaver, but I'm having a lot of success with them. And I like how he says it all the time. It takes the unearned runs out of it. He's betting under 2.5 earned runs, which
the one thing I will say though, this is a bit different though because I think Ryan is going to go 6 or 7 innings. This isn't going to be one of those short inning guys,
and
so
especially
that makes it a bit riskier. I'm not going to lie.
And especially after the series Arizona just had with the Cubs, their bullpen's a little bit taxed the last few days.
Mm-hmm.
I could see
the
them.
One thing I did check though is that last night they didn't really use it. They only used 2 guys. So
Let me ask. No, but I'm saying over the last few days, they definitely have used
I get what
bullpen.
you're saying.
I know they'll be available, but here's the thing. What about Ryan Nelson over outs instead of under earned runs?
Another one I considered. I didn't hate that either. I honestly, I would play Ryan Nelson in multiple ways.
Why not just Ryan Nelson over like fantasy points or some shit?
If the books offered that,
Ryan Nelson over one of everything.
If the books had a fantasy points thing, I would play it. They don't.
So Ryan Nelson, we like to bid 12. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commish, do you agree that it's a nice spot for Ryan Nelson?
Yeah, 15.5 outs doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
-110 too for the over.
I think it's because his home splits are so bad that it always balances everything out.
I mean, his numbers look terrible on the year.
Exactly. So it always grades him as a bad pitcher. So you're always going to get nice discounts on the road. Last year, I caught a lot of value on Ryan Nelson. Probably one of my more profitable players because if you just bet him on the road every time and fade him at home every time, you're making good money.
His numbers look terrible because he keeps getting rocked at home. But if you only play him in his road starts,
exactly, then you're getting like 3.5 earned runs lines at times when it should be at like 2.5 juiced under.
So I don't think Ryan Nelson's very good anywhere, but I think he's definitely like much better on the road. I think last year his numbers were a little bit skewed because he had a 248 BABIP on the road. I mean, his FIP was still 436, and he still doesn't get many swings and misses, sub 20K percentage. But I think the interesting thing, Ryan Nelson, I always call this guy Ryan. It's Ryan Nelson, but introduced a cutter after his first start of the year when he got absolutely obliterated. Introduced a cutter, and this pitch has actually been working for him really, really well. 250 x WOBA, so like expected weighted on base against this pitch so far, and he keeps ramping up his usage. The Giants, again, like whether you're looking at the first 5 or the full game, like they haven't been very good against right-handed pitching, and the Diamondbacks have not been very good against right-handed pitching. I really wasn't going to bet this game, but between Prop Beaver's good analysis and the thoughts that Sauce mentioned, I think the under in the first 5 here makes sense, or I think Ryan Nelson over 15.5 outs. Like, I just don't understand why this is at 15.5 outs. Maybe I'm missing something because I haven't looked at this game before the show, or like this prop before the show, but 15.5 outs just seems very, very gettable for this dude, especially with a bullpen that is not in very good shape. I know you pulled up the numbers a minute ago, but this team, they had Ginkel has thrown 2 of the last 3, Castro's thrown 2 of the last 3, Nelson's thrown 2 of the last 3, Jarvis threw 36 on Monday, Mantiply threw yesterday, he's thrown 3 of the last 4. Like why would you rush into the bullpen here if he's having a decent day?
Yeah. We all like it's a Ryan Nelson party. Is Toast going to spoil it?
I think you're partially getting a discount there because the end of the season he was operating out of the pen, and I feel like that sometimes messes up the models that the books use. Like I noticed that with the NBA sometimes, where if a guy gets like injured or ejected or something, and like there's a weird period of that, you'll really start to see some like disgustingly low lines that aren't justified. And this season, just thus far, he's only 1 and 2 to the over, having just 13.7 outs. So I don't think it's that ridiculous, but I think with your knowledge, it seems ridiculous. But to the average person, it seems like a fine line.
Toast.
Arizona team total over 3.5 minus 105 for me.
A straight fade of Webb.
I don't know. I don't really understand this. Like Ryan Nelson's been like that bad this year situation. I don't get that in any way, shape, or form. I mean, he had 1 bad start against the Yankees to start, but since then he went 5 innings. Struck out 7, gave up 3 runs to Atlanta on the road. That's pretty damn decent. And then he comes back home and faces St. Louis and goes 6 innings, gives up 7 hits and 1 run. So he had 1 bad start this year. So I don't even think that Ryan Nelson's been pitching bad as a whole. So let alone in a certain situation. So and then as far as the Giants are concerned, Beaver said it, coming home from an East Coast road trip, no days off with their top 3 arms in their bullpen, going 2 of the last 3 days, on top of Miller going 2 of the last 3 days, Walker 2 of the last 3 days. He had yesterday off. So I'll take my chances with Arizona scoring runs here.
I don't agree with that part. I actually think there's a chance Logan Webb could pitch well. But there's no Duvall and there's probably no Tyler Rogers, right?
Let me check.
So maybe
no Duvall, no Tyler Rogers, Eric Miller probably gone, Ryan Walker 2 of the last 3 days. That's 4 of your top 5 bullpen arms gassed.
So yeah, I'm gonna put.
I think that's solid wager right there, Toasty. They always score around 3 to 4 runs on him. They've been competitive with that number every time they face him.
I'm putting Arizona money line up as a lean as well because with the Giants bullpen, 1 struggling, 2 taxed. So yeah. All right, cool. This will be a good one. Shall we do? Can we do a community parlay? There's only 5 games.
Community parlay.
We're gonna make a jingle and you're gonna sing it. I'm gonna have like a thing that comes out community parlay and it's gonna be Prop Beaver singing it. Community parlay. All right. Should we do it? I guess why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and craft an underdog.
Yeah, try and craft one. Ryan Nelson over fantasy points. There's 1 leg for you.
It might just be all Giants game.
So they like the Rays, Rangers, Tigers. They like the Rangers, Guardians, Red Sox. Who do they like in that game? Shit. Can someone tell me who won that poll?
First the Guardians and the Red Sox. I don't remember, to be completely honest.
I'm going to run the poll with the... I know what to do, actually. So Diamondbacks, Giants, they like the Diamondbacks. All right, so we're going to take first, second, and third. No, first and second from this poll. That's what we're going to do. First and second from this poll are on, and then I'm just going to do a poll with the Red Sox and Guardians in it. That way they can just pick. Cast your votes. Cast your votes. Mario, there is a couple NHL games that have meaning. We're doing on Saturday, we're bringing people on to talk about the NHL playoff picks on Saturday. So first time ever doing NHL live picks here. I talked to a couple people. There's a guy named Ian who does Ice Talk. So I think he's coming on. Also, System Plays from the Discord is coming on.
Oh, that goon?
when you said that, I was in tears. He said, we're doing this show from smoke signals, you idiots.
Yeah, I talked to him. He talked to him. He was like, yeah, man, I'll definitely do it. And he goes, I don't have a camera or microphone, though. Do I need those? Like, no, bro. We're broadcasting via smoke signals. You don't need that.
Like, what?
You don't need that fancy stuff.
Who needs to see or hear you?
No, I have hockey picks from people who don't watch hockey. Bro, I'm not giving the picks. I'm bringing on NHL handicap. What? Yeah, Bobano. Yeah, that guy.
Hard.
All right. So we got Rangers money line. Yeah, you capper that guy. Wow, this is like a close poll. I don't know if I've ever seen the poll. Look at this. It's like 25% apiece. I'll give it a few more seconds.
It's a heated battle.
I'm going to give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, end poll. 29%, 24. Rangers and Rays are the first 2 legs of the community parlay. Rangers, moneyline, Rays. I actually don't like either of those legs because I think the Tigers and Angels can both win late.
Yeah,
but hey, it's not the Kyle parlay. It's the community parlay.
That's true.
I got all of everybody's DMs and stuff. The chances I might have one play today. I understand that I've been hot. I understand people want to tail me, but I'm not going to.
No one wants to tail you.
Okay, well, either way, I'm just not going to make plays just because people want to gamble. This is not going to happen.
Toast, I feel you.
He refuses.
This is a rough one.
When you get shit on for months at a time in NCAA basketball and then finally come out and you're hot and can't lose, I'm not going to risk it. It's not going to happen.
You got to risk it to get the biscuit, though.
I've got plenty of biscuits.
No. Guy's a biscuit collector, okay?
Guy's a biscuit collector. I've got plenty of biscuits, is how he responded.
I do.
It looks like it's going to be Cubs and D-backs, so it looks like just no one cares about the Red Sox-Guardians game. Like, didn't even need to bring that game up. So it's Cubs and D-backs.
Can we just get somebody to vote for this game, please?
Yeah, like no one even gives. I gave them both options. Nah. All right. Can I get odds on that, please?
Yeah, 1 second. Okay,
Someone just called Toast the Biscuit Master. Toast has the golden biscuit.
Plus 1106.
Plus 1106. All right, community, you freaks. Community's been taking home run swings recently. I get they have limited options here.
To be fair, yeah, but there was no really swing to take today. I mean,
yeah, community.
All they could take was swings.
All right. So, Rangers money line, Rays money line, Cubs money line, Diamondbacks money line plus 1106. Yeah, it's only 5 MLB games. Thursday's always the weakest.
You the underdog.
Ooh, Toast got Prop Beaver as an underdog.
Yeah.
Let's let him have the spotlight to share his underdog thoughts.
We actually cashed it yesterday. Somebody reminded me in the Discord. We cashed the underdog.
Why wouldn't you take a screenshot of your face next to it and tweet it out? That'd be that's dope content. Right? I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just like I don't know. I could do that. Next time I'll do it. Hey. Yo.
I mean, I don't care if you don't want to do it.
Look at the shit I gave out today. I'm not really a braggy person. That's the thing. I don't really like doing that.
It's not necessary. I mean, bro, everyone knows you're open about your losses. In fact, you're probably louder when you lose than when you win.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a modest guy, okay? So yeah, when we look at this one, I put Kenta Maeda over earned runs allowed because when Toast mentioned that the first 5 totals at 4.5 juiced over / at 5, that made me more confident that it's Kenta Maeda in the day gets hit up day. So I think I'm putting higher there. I went with Ryan Nelson, higher fantasy points. Everybody on the panel loves Ryan Nelson to have a good day today. I think he could do it in multiple ways, so I'm going higher there. And then I'm going to take the sharp play here. I'm going to go with Canning lower than earned runs. I'm just betting on the fact that while he's been bad thus far, the Rays bats are worse. So that's our 3 play for today. A bit gross, but it's a gross slate.
Probably we're going for 2 underdog hits in a row. If you don't have an Underdog Fantasy account, it's available in any state highlighted on this map here. So if you're in one of the states highlighted in yellow, head over to the website Underdog Fantasy or download the app. When you make your account, make sure you use the promo code BET. That'll get you a $100 deposit bonus match. So you deposit $100. If you use the promo code, they will give you a free $100 to play with. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I know it's not the most exciting day to place down some bets, but tomorrow is 2 more NBA play-in games and 15 MLB games, and we're going to do the live show at 4 p.m. Eastern time, back to the normal start time. I don't have a guest for tomorrow. Commish can't do the evenings because he's too busy coaching.
I can make it tomorrow. We're off tomorrow.
Yeah? All right. So Commish.
Just made Sauce's day.
Yeah. He never.
Did you see that reaction? That was so genuine.
Well, the best,
yeah, you could.
The best baseball days are Tuesdays and Friday nights, and Commish can never make it because he's coaching.
Yeah.
Why are you guys off tomorrow? Did you get eliminated?
No, we have a tournament this weekend. So.
Okay.
He's giving the guys a day off to get rested and ready.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, everyone have a good
Day?
No.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments.
Finish your sentence.
Someone in the comments. All right. Everyone have a good one. Remember to bet responsibly. I'll talk to you in the Discord. Got NBA videos coming in a few hours for both games tomorrow. So, talk to you guys soon.